Hello Internet, my name is Alves. I'm a theoretical physicist and a mathematician, and I built this. So, how do we get here? So when I was younger I became obsessed with exoskeletons because of the kinds of movies that were in the cinemas at the time. Think of Iron Man, Avatar, Edge of Tomorrow. And I grew up thinking this is the future. So as a kid I think I expressed that fascination by drawing these things out and imagining how they worked. Now that was 10 years ago, and nowadays exoskeletons are coming back. For example, they take the shape of complex prostheses. We can also find them back in preventing accidents. For example, in industry where you work with a certain risk, you can have a back brace or knee brace or anything like that, and it all counts as exoskeleton tech. So the hardest problem with exoskeleton tech is how to communicate with the machine that you're wearing. What I always thought is that the human body must make sense as a whole, and now that I'm a little bit older, I've been able to translate that idea of making sense as a whole into some physical rules. Now what that implies is that with very few measurements, I think I now can understand what the human body is up to. Well, if we look at, the way exoskeletons are built nowadays, that is usually through complex algorithms, AI, or through measurements that are deep inside the body, like measuring what's going on in the nerves. We don't need that if we apply that intuitive knowledge about the human body. And that is also how we kind of got here, because if it is so simple as I think it is, then we should be able to show it. So that was the plan. It was time to get this theory into practice. There you go, one experimental exoskeleton prototype. But what exactly do we have here? Most of the circuitry is located here, in the forearm. Some simple bits of information about my arm come in here, they are thrown through some formulas, and out comes the instructions for the valves. Speaking of the valves, they are here, and they allow a vacuum to spread to the cylinders on the side that then move the exoskeleton arm. Now, this is brilliant. The exosystem doesn't move robotic at all. It is simply the system being very smooth and natural by itself. And we can prove that, because if I turn off the power, literally nothing happens, so it means I'm not interfering at all. So here I'm pushing and pulling the exo arm. My thoughts were maybe I can get it out of alignment, maybe I can confuse the algorithms, but nothing like that really happens. Even more so, it kind of pushed back at me for trying. So this is where the prototype is at now. I'm really excited where we are now. It's working, and that is brilliant, but also a little scary. I didn't expect it to do that, and that's also why I'm making this video now. I just need to know what people think of this. So yeah, really do share your opinion about what you're seeing here. I think what I'm going to do now is build a second prototype, do some more testing, and for example, this prototype was really weak. For example, the pistons were handmade, which is a terrible idea. And those pistons, we can make them a lot stronger, but that way it's also going to be a lot more dangerous. So I think what I'm going to do is split the system, with which I mean I do some measurements on the arm. There's no true necessity for me to be inside the prototype to wear it. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make an external bit of framing that is going to do all the heavy lifting, but instead of being in it, I'm just going to control it from a distance. That'll make it safer. That will mean I can make the external exoskeleton, the mechanical arm, you can make that really strong, and it will look funny on film. I think that'll be really cool. So yeah, that's my plan, but do let me know what you think. Now, if you know anyone who's interested, do you mind sharing this video? Also, if you'd like to help in any other way, feel free to check the description. And yeah, I guess that is it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and welcome to Nova Machina.